I ask for the truth on behalf of Neilene Peck concerning that which is significant in life right now, and I ask this in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. We cut the deck like so there, Neilene, and move it to the side, and we'll deal out 3 cards. The first card we deal represents the recent past influence. The next card we deal represents the present influence, and then finally the third card represents the immediate future influence. We asked concerning that which is significant in life because there wasn't a question. Normally in the free psychic readings group on Facebook, I try and discourage, if not totally refuse, to read general readings, because if there's no question we can't really give guidance on nothing. But of course when you do a general, sometimes you can either give the answer to the question you don't want to know about, or sometimes be a nice way of sneaking another reading, or trying to, by saying that's not what I wanted to know about, I wanted to know about the other instead. Whereas if we're so specific and we say what we want to know about in the first place, you get the answer and that's it. But in this particular case, well, why am I doing a general reading in this particular case? Which I do like doing general readings, don't get me wrong, but I just don't do them for that particular reason. It saves drama, I suppose. I'm doing a general reading in this particular case because I put out a request, maybe foolishly or maybe to make work for myself. I've got about 15 odd readings to do here at the minute, 14 or 15 readings to do for about the same for 15 people who try to help me. I said if anybody can guess where my reading glasses are, you get a free in-depth tarot reading. So the one who guessed closest, who said it was in the office drawer underneath the table or whatever, clearly it was on the office table by the computer next to the black joystick that nothing can be seen next to when anything's by it, which is where I put these ordinary glasses actually, which are black framed, and well, that's asking for trouble, isn't it? And they went missing for about a day or two until I decided to go on the PC in the other room. I just didn't think I'd make the same bloody mistake twice. So that's the reason I thought, well, considering everybody else is trying to help and whatever, regardless if you get the answer wrong, it doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts. So I thought, well, one well-intended good deed deserves another, so let's go for it, shall we? Just on this one-off. Maybe we could relax the rules on general readings and do a few more of them. But it was originally I used to do general readings when I used to be in other groups, and I used to just burst in and just do readings for people at random without them asking for it. You know, people who were just asking in a particular group, I'd just go in and do it for them without saying I've booked you in or anything like that crap, you know. Because as soon as you say you're making a list, everybody wants to be on it and all that crap. But I have to do a list in the sense of just copy and paste all the titles to all the readings, so I can copy and paste it in the post when I post the reading. It makes it look a bit neater, a bit more ship-shape, a bit more Bristol fashion, a bit more deserved for people necessarily who can't afford a free reading, who can't afford a paid reading. I mean, we do it free. Maybe to piss off those who try and get money for not being as good readers. They're just after the money, aren't they, a lot of people? But yeah, one good deed deserves another. Anyway, let's get down to this, what we're doing here for you there, and well, let's just see what the crack is, what's been recently going on, because we're asking basically what's significant in your life, which I suppose is a sort of legitimate-ish sort of question. So you could say there is sort of-ish a question-ish, isn't there, in that sort of regard-ish. So let's just see what's been going on just recently in this first card, and this, the energy of this card vibrates with the recent past, doesn't it? about the past 3 or 4 weeks or so, the last about a moon phase behind normally. So let's just see what this says. Oh, the energy of the Queen. Look at that. That's got like an Egyptian feel to it, doesn't it? Maybe, I suppose, really indicating love and prosperity in the recent past. The Queen is often a person. She can either represent a woman in your life, or it can represent even you. If you are the woman, if you are that person, then it can represent you. She's a matriarch sort of figure, sort of a housekeeper, but certainly a housemaker, or she's head of the household in that respect. If you get what I mean, and obviously she represents love and prosperity in that regard as well. Really pointing toward a sort of vibration's been going on there with you, whereas you have had to be the one dishing out the orders. Maybe you've had to wear the trousers in some regard, wear the pants, whatever you say over there. Assuming that you're American, like most of them are. I'm not sort of being in any way sort of that way inclined, but you know what I mean. Most of them are American in here. I don't know why, because it's a Facebook thing. I don't know what it is. But of course, if in doubt, just pick on the Yanks. They can take it. So there you go. But laughing and joking apart there, yes, it looks as though really you have had to sort of wear the trousers in that sense and be the one, maybe because somebody else isn't pulling their weight or hasn't been pulling their weight. And but nevertheless, the only way you and that's, I suppose, that's prospered you in a way, not so much financially, it may have been, but not as much financially, but may have prospered you in other ways as well. You've profited and benefited from it in other ways, but by sort of getting somebody off their arse or something like that. Maybe could even be an old sort of a teenage son or daughter or something like that, maybe even, that you've just had to. Well, I'm sort of sensing that. I don't know. It can mean a lot of things according to what the question is, but there is no question in a way. That's why we have to sort of, I suppose, test our psychic abilities, just go by what we feel, even well, I mean, answering a question we do, but in a particular sense, why am I sort of sensing as though either having to sort of boss around a teenage son, or just boss around a partner who you're having to be the mother to. Sometimes some men do look out. You know, they are attracted to women who are like the mother, and they want mothering, don't they? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what you've had to do. Well, I'm sort of feeling that could be, like I say, it could be that, or it could be literally, you know. Well, I'm just feeling that. I don't know. I'm just sensing that. Let's just see what's going on now, though, which is the new relationship blossoms with the energy of the maiden there, just pointing toward, because maiden mother crone of the moon goddess as well. She is sort of like the waxing moon. Of course, a new relationship right now. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he needs mothering a bit, and the new relationship blossoms because he thinks he's found the right one. Maybe you think you found the right one. I don't know. But with the love and the prosperity, maybe you feel as though you will prosper from it. And it was on the cards. Literally, it was sort of in your sort of. You know, he was on your mind before, and now it's sort of come to fruition. If you get what I mean, and you're sitting there pretty sort of grateful for what there is. Both members of the royal court there, so of course that's another thing, isn't it? Let's just see what's going on though for the immediate future. What's vibrating there? Let's just see what energy is on offer there. as you can see, we've got the energy of the dragon, which is just, of course, strength and wisdom. Maybe in the sense that, yes, you'll become stronger, you become wiser, you live and learn. I suppose you could call that the live and learn card, couldn't you, really? But of course, the dragon does represent that, doesn't he? It represents high wisdom, high knowledge, and of course maybe magic as well. Dragon magic is very strong, isn't it? If you know anything about that and you use that. But of course, dragons also are often in myths supposed to believe to be protecting something that's valuable, and maybe strength obviously protects. Wisdom protects as well as one becomes wiser, and maybe why I'm sort of sensing as though you want this relationship to work and you want to protect it because other ones have failed, and maybe they haven't failed, maybe they just weren't the right relationship, so they were meant to not be, as opposed to failure, they just weren't meant to be. A bit like, I suppose, you don't win, you come second, don't you? If you know what I mean. It's the same sort of thing. So you sort of view the cup as half full instead of half empty. And, well, you know, we live and learn, and this is maybe, in your case, what you've been doing now. I'm sort of getting that. That's what I'm getting. So with that for now, thanks for at least the thought and trying to help me find my specs, because they were found with just the wishful thinking, I suppose, and the good intent of wanting my glasses to be found. You found them in a way, I suppose. Maybe that's how magic does work, doesn't it? Through intent, just by the wanting for something to be found, even though you give the wrong answer. Nevertheless, the energy behind the answering, the actual doing of it, a bit like the act of writing something down helps you to remember something. You don't have to actually read the written thing, you know, the note that you made, you screw it up and throw it away, but just the act of writing it down will help you remember. It's a strange thing, isn't it? The act of just the thought and the intent behind a prayer, it can help something come around and make it come to fruition and make it fulfill itself. Very strange things, powerful thing is magic, and thanks for being part of magic, because you helped me find my reading glasses. I probably may have found them anyway by accident, but by sort of good intent and goodwill, they were found instead. So that's what magic is all about. So there you go. Thanks for that. For now, these cards for you, though, have spoken.